What's up, everybody? Welcome to some Temmet. It's just, I'm having a lot of fun with this name. I like it. Alright, let's get the chat closed out, see what we're playing against. Get the graveyard squared at Muzzio. Alright, man. Cool enough. Fair enough. Let's get this squared out. And then I listened to some of my videos the other day, and I realized I said fair enough a lot. So I'm working on that. So if you listen to my video or watch my videos a lot, and you hear me saying fair enough a lot, I'm working on it. Trying to think of different things to say. Let's go ahead. Man, I like this hand. If we had like double, if we had double lands, but it didn't sound that enticing. Let's go on mulligan. And we hit the plains. Let's go on mulligan one more time. Ooh. Guess we'll keep. Yeah, we'll put that on top. Why not? Okay, sounds pretty good. All right, we're off to a little bit of a sluggish start. Temmet didn't eat his Wheaties this morning. He's not really that good at embalming. Let's go ahead. It doesn't matter what we lead off with. Let's go and get the island down. We're going to go and pass the turn. We are playing Temmet. At the beginning of combat on your turn. Excuse me. Sorry, I had a little bit of a hiccup right there. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature token you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn and can't be blocked. Then embalm for 5. Playing against Muzzio, the Visionary Architect. Let's go ahead and get the Glacial Fortress down. Port Town. I think if we're going to go for Trophy Mage, let's just go and put the Port Town into play this turn. No, we don't. We don't have one to reveal, so it's going to come in and play tap. Sorry. Playing against Muzzio, for 4 mana, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the highest converted mana cost among artifacts that you control. You may reveal an artifact card from among them and put it on the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. So, got some little mono blue artifacts over here. We got some nice stuff in the hand. We've got Talrand, and Talrand is one of those, Talrand offers us token support, which is really nice. Ooh, Anointed Procession. Ooh, hey, what's happening there? Talrand and Anointed Procession, are y'all doing okay? Let's go ahead and let's put y'all over here together, and y'all can talk about maybe some of the stuff we might do. Oh, yeah. They look so cute together. Okay, we're going to go for the Trophy Mage. Let's get the graveyard. Oh, it bothers me when it's not leveled. Search your library. So let's go ahead. We do have, I did have Sword of Fire and Ice in here, but then I forgot that it doesn't allow us to go for the Temmet to give our token unblockable. But we may want to go for that. I don't know if we're on the token bandwagon so much. If we do, oh, actually, if we go Burnished Heart, and we get that down, that'll put us in a spot where we can go, man, yeah, let's go Burnished Heart. I like that a little bit better. I think so. We could go Worn Power Stone. Be a little bit quicker. Get us to 5 mana. We go Burnished Heart. We have to take a turn off activation. Let's go Worn Power Stone. I like that. Worn Power Stone. Normally you're going for a sword, the Trophy Mage, trophy of all swords, but we're going to go for a little bit of a Worn Power Stone on this one. That way we can, yeah, we just hit a mulligan down to 4, and on this deck you want to build up some mana. We have a lot of mana rocks in here. But yeah, this is a new commander deck. As far as the new deck goes, this is Temmet Blue-White Control. That's, it was pretty cool because I did not have a lot of blue-white mana-based cards. I had your standard shocks and fetches, but as far as like some of the like Port Town and some of the other tap lands and stuff, I didn't have any of those. And so it's pretty cool buying. It's always fun buying into a color. I remember buying into a lot of the Voltron artifacts for Carry Zev. So it's always fun just kind of adding those cards to your collection. So it goes to show you that. Sorry, I had to readjust my headset. It was kind of weird hearing my voice. Goes to show you that I've been playing Magic for about 5 or 6 years now, and so that, like yesterday was the first day that I bought I bought blue-white mana base. So it goes to show you I don't play a lot of blue-white. So that's why I kind of wanted to go blue-white control. I'll kind of hit on that just in a second. All right, we have Lightning Greaves. Is this what we want? If we're on the Talrand Anointed Procession game plan, which we are on that game plan. Yeah, Lightning Greaves. Just going to put that on the bottom right now. Let's go Worn Power Stone. And Temmet, now kind of explain what we've got going on as far as the deck goes. Do we want to swing it for 2? No, let's just go past turn. Yeah, so Temmet, you can definitely, if you're wanting to build Temmet, however you want to say it, I've covered all 3. So technically, if you hop in the comments and say, man, you're saying it wrong. Well, I said all 3 of them. So, technically. Even the hard M Temmet. But yeah, so this is a blue-white control deck, and Temmet is really more of a support card. It's kind of one of those cards that once we finally hit into, we have a couple ways to get our germ tokens on the battlefield. We have Batterskull. We have the Scythe living germ token where it what does it do? It's the germ token that whenever it deals combat damage, they lose half their life. So we have different ways to kind of get those germ tokens onto the battlefield. Weird invention. Okay. we have different ways to get them. We have different germ token beat. Basically, the deck has probably around 5 to 6 token beat sticks. We have a couple different germ tokens. Get those down, make them unblockable Temmet. And it just really fit Temmet. Like, you can go wide tokens with it all day, and it looks like it'd be a lot of fun. But it also really supports a heavy control style artifact, to where you can establish, once you kind of stabilize with your card draw, you have stuff like Sphinx Revelation. You stabilize, you can get down that Batter Skull and just start going to town and slowly chipping away at your life total. It's almost like playing Jeskai Control in Modern. You know, Temmet is our oh man, what is that card? The Celestial Colonnade. He's just like our Colonnade. You get into spots where we just start going beat sticks with our token because it gets +1 unblockable. And then you go from there. Then outside of that, we just have a ton of value spells in here. Okay, get the Sculptor down. They have 4 cards in hand. Draw into another planes. Let's go and get the planes down. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 mana. What do we want to resolve first? We don't really have any spells, so if we're going to go Anointed Procession, I think I like that. Let's go Anointed Procession, because that way we're kind of online for Phyrexian Rebirth. Yeah, I like that. Do we want to go for Temmet too? So if we're going to go for Phyrexian Rebirth, destroy all creatures, create an X colorless horror token where X is the number of creatures destroyed this way. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's go and get Temmet down. They're tapped out. Get him down. Anything else? Now we're going to go past turn. Then, if we get into a spot where we have Talrand active, we can get it down. We don't have to worry about it being countered. But at least at this point, by going for the Anointed Procession over Talrand, the Sky Summoner, you know, if we had more like Brainstorm in our hand or something like that, we would go for that. But by getting this down, if we do go for a Phyrexian Rebirth, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to be 2 5/5 bodies on the battlefield, and then we can simply, the following turn, recast Temmet. Because that's what makes Temmet. That's why I kind of wanted to go blue-white control with Temmet, is because his ability, you know, we don't really need him on the battlefield all the time. It's one of those that being able to combat on your turn, target creature gets +1 until end of turn. It can't be blocked. So it's just one of those. You get it down, you're going to get that active ability, and then you can give them cast an artifact. Cage Sun. Ooh. Alright, we're getting Value City going now. So we may end up going for this Phyrexian Rebirth to kind of help close it out. But yeah, it's just like, as I was trying to decide what build I wanted to go with, I just kept, like, thinking blue-white control. And I don't have a blue-white control deck on my channel, so I always like to keep it nice and varied for you. That's one thing I like to go for, is make sure you, if you're not an Aristocrats fan, which I don't know why, you need to go watch my Aristocrat videos so you can become an Aristocrat fan. But if you're not an Aristocrat fan, or I put out too many Aristocrat videos, we have other stuff for you to watch. I have other stuff for you to watch. We've got Blue-White Control. We've got Crash Primal Surge came out yesterday. Well, this video is coming out in the future, but yeah, came out the day that it came out. So I always like to keep a nice little mix on channels, and plus it keeps you good as an active Magic player, which is always good. Okay, now our opponent does have 2 mana off the island from the Cage Sun, but I think we may end up going for Phyrexian Rebirth. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's going to be 7, 1 away. That's going to be 2 5/5 bodies. We could swing in if we want to. Okay, now Temmet, let's go ahead. We can exile out of the graveyard for 1 more, or we can simply cast it. Let's go ahead and make sure it goes to the graveyard, because that Embalmer ability, it's going to be hard for them to respond to that. Let's go ahead and Phyrexian Rebirth. So we're looking at white. Alright, so Phyrexian Rebirth. We're going to send Temmet to the graveyard. We should get 2 5/5 horror creature tokens onto the battlefield. And that's another thing in the deck. We're running a ton of, oh, yes. Value City. I don't know if we're going to close it out. They've got a Cage Sun over there, but it looks pretty good. Let's get our commanders back up. So Temmet's in the graveyard. So technically, now, let's kind of cover the graveyard. This is what makes Temmet kind of fun. You know, against any other deck that's non-blue, we don't have to worry about a counter spell. We would send Temmet back to the command zone. It's going to cost 5. So it would cost only 4 to recast it. Now with the Embalm ability, we can embalm it. It gets exiled. It's going to go back to the command zone so we can cast it for 4. So basically by sending it to the graveyard and we're playing against blue, we don't know if they have a counter spell. If we just go for the activated ability of the Embalm ability, we know for sure it's going to get on the battlefield, and then we can give one of these horror tokens blocking. Check out that token, man. Pretty creepy. Let's invite him to Thanksgiving. Okay, Psychonic Rift. Fair enough. And then I guess we'll just go ahead and re-rack on the Worn Power Stone. So kind of reset our Phyrexian Rebirth. We reset their board and they reset our board. So it is a-okay. We can make it from there. What we do need to do, we need a little bit more card draw. That would kind of help us. We have a lot of cantrips in here. We have Factor Fiction. We have Sphinx Revelation. So really good way for us to kind of get some of this done, take advantage of the extra mana. And we also have stuff like what is it called? Secure the waste, man. Dumping your entire mana base for a secure the waste sounds good. And we have, if you're keeping score at home, we have a goat token on the battlefield. Okay. Wrath of God. Oh, yeah, there we go. Tell you, I didn't have Wrath of God in my collection, so I was like, the other one, oh, actually, I'll cover that in a sec. Let's get down the Worn Power Stone. I want to get this mana going. Anything else? No, let's go and pass the turn. Okay, so now, probably still going to, I guess we're going to be on the Anointed Procession game plan. Oh, and it's covered Wrath of God. Yeah, so Wrath of God was like $2 or $3, and the Invocation was like 50 cents more. And I'm a firm believer of it. There's a card art that you like that's only like 50 cents more, $1 more. Yeah, go for it, man. And so here we are. Look at that. It looks pretty sweet. I wish the borders weren't so thick. I think that's what made so many people not like the Invocations. Let's scoot this over so we can let them see what they're doing. But yeah, so as far as the Wrath of God, like I thought it was pretty cool. I love the Invocations. It's just the bordering on it is so strong. It's like let's say you're making, if you're not of age to drink, you don't drink. But let's say there's a mixed drink, and there's just something not right about the mixed drink. Like you can taste the different flavors in there, but just something's too strong. And it's not the liquor. It's like one of the things they added. Like I'm trying to think what they say. It's like the mixer they added. They just added too much mixer and it doesn't taste good. I think that's what the border is. Everything else about the drink looks like it should be good. About this card should be good. The bordering was just too strong on that. It just kind of distracts away from the beautiful. I mean, look at that beautiful art on Wrath of God. Beautiful card. Love it. Got the little dudes over on the ledge watching their town get destroyed. Okay, so we got a charge counter on Titan Forge. I hadn't seen this guy in a minute. 3 mana, put a charge counter on Titan Forge, and then remove 3 charge counters, create a 9/9 colorless golem artifact creature token. Okay. Pretty cool. Yeah, I when I first got into Magic, I bought like 1,000 cards off Amazon, and it was like it comes with 50 free rares. I was like, oh, how can you beat that? My gosh! And so 50 rares, that's Value City right there. And so Titan Forge was probably about 5 or 6 of them in there. I remember thinking, all right, I've got 5 or 6 Titan Forgers. Cool, man. Let's go and get the Polluted Delta down. Let's go ahead and go for their tap down. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Finally online for the Talrand Anointed Procession. They only have 2 mana up, so let's go ahead and go for that. Let's crack the Polluted Delta. Let's grab our Tundra. We have not searched up a Tundra yet. Get that down. Let's go for the Anointed Procession. If we can finally hit some spells to really get some extra value out of Talrand, then hopefully we might be able to kind of close this one out. Not Mimic Vat. Nope. Let's go Talrand. Look at double blue. Anything else? No, we're going to go past turn. Okay. So now we still have Temmet in the graveyard. He's like, hey, man, don't forget about me. We know you're over there, buddy. Don't worry. Okay. Let our opponent do their thing. So now if we hit into something like Brainstorm, some of our Mystical Tutors, or Enlightened Tutors, just really any sort of our cantrips, we're looking at 2 Talrand tokens onto the battlefield. That's the other part to the deck that kind of suits this deck so well, is that we're taking a heavy token theme, but it's not really, you know, intangible virtue, tokens you control get +1/+1. We have the Phantom General out there. We're not really going that route. We're just looking for value. You know, if you happen to draw into the Anointed Procession, Talrand, like synergy, whatever you want to call it, you know, awesome. That's your game plan now. Talrand is in the deck to give us a unblockable token, but at the same time, it's designed, it's set up to where if we have a bunch of spells on the hand, we can really take advantage of Talrand, you know, getting those tokens on the battlefield. So at this point, I just hope we hit a, I want to get some Drakes on the battlefield, man. Pretty fun. That's one of those cards. I'd love to, I know all Talrand players would love to splash white for Anointed Procession. Okay, so we have the Mirror Enforcer coming down, Affinity for Artifacts. And once again, if things get a little too crazy, if they get a bunch of Titan Forges going or something, who knows what, we do have Wrath of God to kind of destroy our creatures, and they can't be regenerated. They will sit down. Nicol Bolas will come down and say, hey man, no good. Okay, so we have a Visionary Architect activation. Our opponent, let's see. I wonder if there's any Bolas Horns in this one. Bolas Horns on the bottom. But yeah, that's a beautiful art. I just hate that the border was so, like, distracting. And I've seen, if you don't follow the Proxy guy on Twitter, Proxy guy's pretty cool. He does a lot of really cool stuff. He does some proxies, but at the same time, his bordering is just amazing. So look him up. It's like Z Proxy Twitter, something like that. And he did his take on invocations. And it's just kind of like, man, why have you not, Wizards needs to hire him. They need to hire him. Start doing some of those borders, because his mock-up for the invocation looked beautiful. And you notice that they didn't do the hieroglyphs on the invocations over here. And I think that's another part of the thing that was so distracting was the hieroglyphs. It was just so hard to see what was going on. Okay, so we have the island down. Let's go ahead and go for Mimic Vat. Look at 1, 2. Well, that was a quick Titan Forge activation. It's like they're that was real quick. I thought it was a counterspell. I was like, no, that's a Titan Forge activation. Dang, okay. All right, let's go ahead and go over to Matt. That was like a finger on the trigger on that one. All right, look at double blue. It's going to bomb Temmet. It's going to send Temmet back to the command zone, so we can actually cast him. Double tokens. I guess does it matter which one we keep? They're both the same. This one looks better. Let's keep this one. There we go. Okay. All right, Temmet's back in the command zone. We do not want to swing into that board state over there. We're okay. At this point, we're just looking for any sort of card draw. Yeah, actually, we can make Temmet unblockable. Oh yeah, let's make Temmet unblockable. But he's not going to be able to. He doesn't have haste, so we can't swing in. Okay. Anything else? Now we're going to go past turn. All right, so we have Wrath of God. So if things get a little hairy, we can go for that. And we also have Mimic Vat. Cool thing about Mimic Vat, yeah, you can see Mimic Vat in the bottom left-hand corner. I wanted to do, now here's the deal. I wanted to do, oh, and they didn't do the mummy art. That's a bummer. They need to change that. That's not cool. But yeah, so what I wanted to do is I wanted to do the thumbnail, have Temmet as the thumbnail, and then go for the mummy in the bottom left corner. And then that would be like you click on the video, you see Temmet in the thumbnail, and then you click on the video and you see the mummy on the bottom left corner. That would be really cool. But I could not find the mummy art. And then I wanted to go for the Master Splicer art. If you want to look that up, pretty cool looking art. That would have been nice in the corner, very intimidating. Because like when I look at Temmet, like he looks kind of goofy. Like this deck's pretty gnarly, control style deck. Like I don't know, I just felt funny having Temmet down in the corner. It's almost just like Temmet kind of. Like, if he came over, he's like, do you want some Kool-Aid? Get you some Kool-Aid and some cookies. And, like, he doesn't look mean. And I kind of wanted this deck to be a little blue-white mean. So we've got Mimic Vat down in the bottom left corner. So that's what we got down there. It was just one of those where it was just only, like, I could only find that art. Okay, so we got Duplicate coming down. See if they're probably more than likely going to target the Talrand, which is going to put us into spots where we're just going to go and blast away that Wrath of God. More than likely. I doubt that's anything else they would go for. They could go for the token if they want to. But more likely we're going to see Duplicate on Talrand. Man, it's a bummer. We could not get the Talrand Anointed Procession value train going. That's unfortunate. Alright, so Duplicate, it's going to exile the creature. Let me see, that stays exiled. Yep. Little 2/2 body. Let's get, there we go. Okay, so we can see a little bit better. Yeah, so we're going to have Wrath of God. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to go for as far as the Mimic Vat token. We've got a 4/4 body, Mirror Retriever. We don't have any artifacts on the battlefield. Mirror Enforcer swinging in for 4. It's going to put us down to 25. No, we got the whole crew coming in. Now, if we're going to go for Temmet next turn, we can swing in unblockable for 3, puts them down to 25. They're swinging in for 6, puts us down to 23. We have Wrath of God. Now, let's just go and get our chip shot damage in when we can. I thought about potentially chump blocking to kind of save a little bit of damage, but we'll make it work. Okay. Let's see what else. They've got 3 cards in hand, and they're 1 away from the Titan Forge activation. So, if we wait for Titan Forge, we're looking at 2 for... Yeah, we can wait until next turn, because we're looking at swinging in for like 3, 7, 9. Yeah, we can survive that. We can survive a Titan Forge activation. So, yeah, we'll wait for them to go for the activation on the Titan Forge, and we'll blow everybody up, and then kind of go from there. Sounds like a plan. Dark Steel Colossus, trample and indestructible. What was the reveal on that? Oh, I guess, is that what did they chunk a Dark Steel Colossus? Oh, okay, shuffles it in their library. There we go. I was like, man, why do you have to reveal that? Okay, makes sense. All right, so Dark Steel gets shuffled back in the library. See what they want to go for. But yeah, it was a bummer we didn't get the Talrand Anointed Procession. We just needed a few more like instant or sorceries, and we could have got that going. That would have made for real. There's times like that where like you know, win or lose. This video, win or lose. I wanted to get Talrand online. That would have been a really nice, entertaining video match for you. So it's unfortunate. Hopefully our opponent kind of picks it up a little bit. They're about 7 minutes behind on the clock. I like giving commentary, but sometimes it's a little. You get about 7 minutes behind on the clock. It's a little hard to kind of feel that time. Okay. Got the charge counter on the Titan Forge. See what else we got going on. Tapping for 1, 2, 3, 4. Thoughtcast, draw 2 cards. That still leaves 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be 5 mana. They kind of mess around with. Now, if we go for Wrath of God next turn, we have the Mirror Retriever returning something back to the hand. We've got Titan Forge. If we want to wait for that one, Broodstar. Okay. Affinity for artifacts, flying, and then power temperature equal number of artifacts you control. Yeah, we may end up going for Wrath of God next turn. You know, we're looking at a 9/9 token, but hopefully we can kind of reset the board. If we draw into some spot removal, we get into spots where we can kind of take care of that Titan Forge. If we draw into Swords of Plowshare or there we go. Finally, let's get this back over here. Sphinx Revelation. Okay. So we could just Sphinx right now. They're tapped out. Next turn, we're at 23. We've got 8 coming across. Puts us down to 15. Then we Sphinx Rev. Yeah, that's kind of going to be our way out of this one. Let's go and swing in for 2. Coming in hot. And then we go for the Titan Forge, Wrath of... Yeah, I like that. Let's go and swing in for 3. Put him down to 24. That's just what the doctor ordered, man. Let's go and swing in for 3. Token is unblockable. Okay, getting in for 3. Put him down to 24. Let's go and go. We're just going to tap out on this Sphinx Rev. So we're looking at white, blue, blue. 1 Power Stone. Sphinx Rev for 6. Oh, yes. New opening hand. Sounds like a plan to me. Hopefully we'll hit the land drop off this one. And we're going to gain that 6. Oh, beautiful. Let's go ahead and go for... Let's get the Marsh Flats down. Probably what we're going to go ahead and go for is we have... Yeah, we do have Tundra. We do have the... Just want to make sure we're on... Yeah, let's just go and get the island down for right now. So we have Mystical Tutor. What we're going to be able to do is... Now we have Wrath of God. So if we want to reset their board, go for the Wrath of God. We can clear everything out. Or we can go for Mystical Tutor, go for Entreat the Angels with Anointed Possession. We're going to get a ton of angels off that. So we're looking at, I think 1, 2. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're looking at 16 angels. We do have to watch out for a counter spell, but that delays us waiting for a turn. I think I like going for Entreat the Angels. It gives us a ton of blockers, gives us a really nice board state to where we might be able to kind of close it out. Yeah, I think I like that. It sounds pretty good. Then you get the Golem down. Oh, look at that token, man. Sweet. A big old sword right there. Looks like something straight out of Dungeons & Dragons. So, oh, speaking of Dungeons & Dragons, be good while our opponent's kind of chewing up the clock just a little bit. We have Golem. Not Golem. I'm working on a Dungeons & Dragons campaign for my buddies, and it's pretty cool. And if you're a Dungeons & Dragons person, something that's really fun is to all right, now it's getting a little enticing for that Wrath of God. That clears the whole board out. Then it puts us in a spot where we can go. We have Frantic Search to draw. No, we'll see. We'll see what we got going on. But yeah, so I just started grabbing random Magic cards out of my collection and writing like, adding them as a whatever you want to call it, like a just writing a story for them, or making like this. I'll take this one card, even if it's just like a junk comment or something. Like I'll get like this red guild mage or something like that, and I'm just like, all right, I write a dungeon for him, and just look at the card art and see what comes before you. So, if you're a Dungeons and Dragons fan, or especially if you're a dungeon master, Metalwork Colossus. Sack 2 artifacts, return it from graveyard to your hand, cost X. Okay, it's just a free metalwork. Liking this deck, it's pretty sweet. Yeah, we may end up going for a Wrath of God and then setting up a Entreat the Angels the following turn. But yeah, it's pretty fun. It's oh, and we can also go for Metalwork Colossus off the Mimic Vat. That would be pretty sweet. I'll take that. Look at the top X cards of your library. But yeah, probably going to go ahead and go for the... Well, we get into spots where it's going to eat up a little bit of our mana. We could draw 2 cards off the Frantic Search and do it on our opponent's turn, especially if we cast a Wrath of God. Yeah, I think I like that. Okay, and then we still get in for 3 with Temmet. But yeah, if you're Dungeon Dragons person, Dungeon Master, whatever you want to call it, just kind of grab a few Magic cards and see where it goes. Just use your imagination to kind of come up with some stories. Okay, so we got 14, 16. We have 18 coming across. It's going to put us down to 29. Yeah, we're definitely going to go for the Wrath of God on this one. We need to take care of this board state. This is just got out of hand, a little too cray-cray. Rite of Replication. Okay, now this is, man, we got some choices. Let's go and get the Marsh Flats down. So we have Flying with the Broodstar. Number of artifacts you control. We have basically 0 artifacts. We could go for Island Walk with the Inkwell Leviathan. Let's go and swing in for 2. Yeah, does anything have indestructible? Trample Shroud. No, let's go and swing in for 4. 3, excuse me. Swing in for 3. Put him down to 21. Yeah, we can. If we want to go right, I still like. Yeah, let's go and go Wrath of God. Put him for 21. 1, 2. Destroy all creatures that can't be regenerated. See if they have a counterspell. If they've got a counterspell, then they've got it. Oh, beautiful. Let's get all these Mimic Vat triggers on the stack. They're going to go for the Mirror Retriever, so we'll see if they want to target. But we do have, so they're at 21. If we can Mystical Tutor, put the, looking at 1, 2, 3. We're looking at 1, 2. If we Mystical Tutor for Entreat the Angels, that goes on top of our library, then we, try to see if we have enough mana to go for that. Yeah, so we go Mystical Tutor, put that on top. Put Entreat the Angels on top, and then we go for, there we go. Okay, let's get the Mimic Vat going. Oh, there's a stack. Okay. They're going to go Mirror Retriever. They're choosing the Sculpting Steel, I think. Yeah, Sculpting Steel. Do we want to go for Ink? Yeah, Inkwell sounds like a great target for us. Yes, we're going to use that ability. Inkwell into the Exile Zone. And we're just going to hit Always No on this one. Because we want the Inkwell. Nope. Nope. We want that Trample and Shroud. Or if we go for Mimic Vat, 3, create a token of it, and then we can Rite of Replicate on it. And have 2 of those. We're going to be looking at 18 coming across the next turn. Let's double check that. Look, 7, 14 coming across. Let's get 2 of those, Rite of Replication. No, it's going to have Shroud, so we're not going to be able to target it with the Rite of Replication. Alright, so now if we go for the Mystical Tutor and Treat the Angels, it's going to be 2. So we're looking at 1, 2. Then we're going to have, well, Frantic Search. Yeah, we're just not going to have enough mana for that. Let's go ahead and, yeah, because it's not going to be a draw card either. Let's go ahead and pass the turn. Do we want to cast Temmet? No, we're okay. We're going to go and pass turn. Yeah, I was trying to figure out if we could go for the Frantic Search during our opponent's turn with the draw 2 cards, discard 3 cards, untap up to 3 lands. But, you know, if we get the untap step, I think I'm going to go and go for it because I don't know how it technically resolves with the Miracle Trigger. I think it goes on the stack. After that, I don't know if it happens after it resolves or if to wait for the spell to resolve. I think it works where the spell resolves, then we'll go for the Miracle Trigger. If that's the case, then that's what we want to go for. Okay, so we got Sculpting still coming down. See what they choose on this one. Cage Sun. Oh, Value City. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I think we're going to go for that. We're going to go for the Frantic Search on the Mystical Tutor. Not the Mystical Tutor, the Entreat the Angels. Because we should get those 3 untapped land triggers. Alright, see what they're tapping out for. We got 4 coming across. We do have to watch out for the trading post. Sacrifice a creature. Discard a card, you gain 4 life. We have to watch out for that. They have 2 cards in the hand. So we do have to factor that in. But hopefully we should have a nice little Anointed Procession coming across. And we still have the Mimic Vat activation that we can go for. So that's another way we can get in a nice little 7 unblockable trample. Let's make sure it's 7. Yeah, Trample and Shroud. Okay, let's let our opponent do their thing. They're at the 6-minute mark, a little bit behind on the clock. See what they're going for. But yeah, we're going to go for that Entreat the Angels. Sorry. When it gets to one of those, got the goat token. Love goats. Yeah, it's just one of those, man, like you record for a minute now, and then, like I think this is my third Temmet video that I've recorded. So I'm kind of getting a little commentary tired. Not going to lie. But we're powering through. We're going to power. Not going to let that get us down. So if I get a little rambly towards the end and we're playing against an opponent that's kind of really utilizing their clock, yeah, that's kind of what it is. Let's go and crack the Marsh Flats. Not drawing a card for the turn. Let's go ahead and go for, Plains at this point. I think that's okay. Unless you control Enters the Battlefield, unless you get two more basics. Yeah, we're online for Prairie Stream. Let's go ahead and go for Mystical Tutor. Put the Entreat the Angels on top. Yeah, that's going to be 1, 2. That goes on top. Let's go for the Frantic Surge. Yes, we're going to reveal that. Discard 2 cards. Let's go and chunk the Chancery, and we're going to chunk Thassa. There we go. I thought that was right. My hesitation was that. I wasn't sure if we got that. All right, so we're going to cast it first. Yes. So we're looking at double white. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. 8. Oh, Value City. Let's go and get the island down. Let's go and swing in hot. Felt good. See if they might have Cyclonic. No, Cyclonic Rift's in the graveyard. They could have Snapcaster Cyclonic Rift. If not, I'll take this. This has been a long game. So we got a bunch of angels coming across. Is this it? Do we close it out? Come on, I got my fingers crossed. They only have 2 cards in the hand. Waiting for that 20 to go. All right, -12. We close it out. Long game. Shout out to our opponent. Really nice match. A lot of really cool deck. Metalwork Colossus and a lot of value. You know, we had Mimic Vat with the Inkwell Leviathan, but you can see where you can sequence certain things with like a Frantic Search and a Mystical Tutor, where you can just go for a nice little beat sticks with Entreat the Angel and the Anointed Procession. We definitely wanted to go for a Talrand Anointed Procession game, but we didn't get it. But I got something else pretty cool. A nice little bunch of angels swinging across. So, all right, everybody. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.